Hi, welcome to Time Value of Money Lesson 4, Spreadsheet Formulas. My name is Steve Freudgen, and thanks for joining the class. In the first 3 lessons, we tried to get an intuitive feel for the time value of money calculations. What happens when you increase an interest rate? What is present value? How the concepts build from single payment calculations to multiple payment calculations. In this lesson, I want to give you some guidance on how to use an Excel spreadsheet to do the actual calculations. And let's not leave it to just a computer spreadsheet. The principles you learn about Excel calculations will help you do the calculations on any financial calculator. There's too many of those to cover each one, but the principles are the same for all of them. So, what I'm going to cover are 5 basic calculations that we covered in the previous lessons. Future value, present value. The time element, which is called NPER in Excel for number of periods. The growth rate and payments for multiple payment transactions. There is a method for calculating each one of these. The 5 formulas used in Excel are all shown here. If you count the lines here, you see 6, not 5. Lines 5 and 6 both cover payment formula. I'll explain why in a little while. They are the same formula, but I had to build the quote calculator twice to avoid confusing you. We'll talk about that later. I used the word calculator just now because financial calculators are built to work the same way. Each calculator has different buttons, but the process is just the same. If you learn to operate in Excel following what we talk about here, you'll make the transition to your financial calculator with ease. Here's why. The Excel formula and every financial calculator is based on a virtual equation with 6 variables. You fill in 5 of the variables, and the computer or calculator will spit out the 6th. You can see the variables across the top. Rate, on a calculator, they might call this R to save space, or I for interest. NPER, on a calculator, they may call this just N for space reasons. Payment, present value, future value, and type. Now let's get the last one out of the way. Type is usually optional. On a calculator, you set the type before you do the calculation. Type only applies to multiple payments. It tells the computer whether the payment is made at the beginning of a period. The code for this is 1 in Excel, or at the end of a period. The code for this is 0 in Excel, and 0 is the default setting. I grayed out the type element in the lesson 4 spreadsheet so that you don't waste time messing with this setting. But I'll mention it in a little bit.